Hello Cancer, it's Yvonne here from the Aussie Goddess. I'm here to do your weekly read from the 28th of October to the 3rd of November. Thank you so much for being with me and subscribing to my channel. I think you're wonderful and I love having you on board. And if you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Sorry, I listened to a video the other day by accident and in the first couple of seconds I did that little squealing noise. But anyway, if you haven't subscribed yet, I'd like to see you on board. Oh, Transformation Cancer. I can't remember readings, otherwise I'd remember what's happened to you before, but the Death card just jumped out. What else? If this reading doesn't resonate with you, you can have a look at your moon sign, your Venus, and your rising or ascendant, whichever you prefer, but sometimes they have other messages for you that your sun sign doesn't, so please check them out. I'm using the Thelema Tarot here, if you're wondering what tarot deck I'm using. Okay, they just want me to shuffle a couple more times, so we're ready. Okay, Cancer, next week. Oh, Six of Swords. Okay, so the Transformation card jumped out in the shuffle then, and this talks about moving away from something. I think the Six of Swords is a good card. It looks a little bleak in here, but it sort of talks about moving away from something that has been troubling into calmer waters, which talks about your emotions. But the swords in the boat here are your ideas and the things you've thought about, your lessons and issues and all those things that you are taking with you. Now in the Rider-Waite deck you see him leaving, or her, leaving some swords behind, and that's to say, I've learnt those lessons, I don't need that anymore, I'm just taking this with me and I'm going on my merry way. So that's what that meaning of that card is. Okay, so the first card we have out is the Magician. I love the Magician. He's a beautiful card. Sorry, I'm putting my sleeves up. The Magician is the master manifester. He is the person that can manifest anything. He has all the tools he needs. He has everything at hand. Now, I really like this card because Cancer, going into this week, it looks like you have the power to manifest what you want. Not sure what that is for each and every one of you, but whatever it is, you have the power this week to be able to manifest. So if you're thinking about something in particular, this is the time to bring it on, bring it forth, bring it in. Okay, and then we have the Strength card. Now, the Strength card talks about taming your inner demons. It talks about making yourself stronger by addressing those parts of you that, you know, have been difficult to tame, and that this is why we see the lion in this card, because the lion is obviously, you know, a beast that we wouldn't see ourselves standing and hugging, but it just talks about that you've tamed those parts of you that perhaps, I don't know, maybe have been a bit out of control, maybe have been hidden. There may be things about yourself you haven't liked in the past, or maybe aspects of your personality that you needed to bring into line a little bit. So in order to manifest, you have to be well balanced, you see. So it looks to me like this is why you're now in a position to be able to manifest, because you've tamed those inner beasts. You've tamed those aspects of yourself that you needed to tame. So this is the third major arcana here. So you're on a big journey this week, Cancer. And I have the card of the Star here. Now the Star is a beautiful card. It talks about healing. It talks about hope and faith, and it talks about being on the path to make wishes come true. And I feel like with these other cards here, this is very, very much a way we're going here. So it's 17, 25, 26, 26 is 8. Yeah. So this is the card that sort of is your pathway to having your hopes, wishes, dreams come true. Feel like you've been doing some extremely hard work to get to this place too. Okay, and then we have the Three of Swords. So you've obviously been propelled because you've had heartbreak in the past. Somehow or another, and this is why the Transformation card jumped out and the Six of Swords is showing there. You've moved away from something. You're going through some sort of transformation here. But I really like it because You know, the star means that you haven't given up hope. You haven't given up hope that you'll get where you want to be. But you have been working on these demons or these things inside yourself that you needed to learn. The thing is, you're now in a position to be able to manifest what you want to you because you've done this good work. You know, it's really sad that we have to learn so much through pain. But for those who bottle it up and aren't able to work through it, their pain becomes so much greater later in life when they learn to do that. So it's a good idea just to, sit with your grief. That's part of healing. Cry. That's part of healing. Okay, and then we have the Chariot, another major arcana card. So you're moving forward very, very quickly here, Cancer. You have done such good work and you are moving very rapidly now. You know what you want, you know where you're going. I love that this card, the guy in the chariot has wings, or his chariot has wings and his horses are moving in this card. Because in some other decks they don't show the cards moving. And this means to me that you've really found a way forward. You've been able to see what direction you want to go in now. Maybe you've been floundering in the past and not sure where to go. And especially if you've been getting over grief, it's very possible that you've got a little lost while you've been doing that. Here's the Ten of Pentacles. So for some of you here, this now opens up your world. This has opened your world greatly by doing this work. I like it. I like it because to me, the more you open up, the more you move forward, the more you manifest, the more you're able to work on, the more hope and faith that you have in front of you. And that's really beautiful. So you're definitely heading in the right direction here. You've done some great work. Another major arcana. Big week coming up here. Now, the Hierophant talks about like organization, stability. So I fear that you've been through a period of time where you have felt very unstable, very unsure of direction, but now you're manifesting in abundance. So you're almost going from one extreme to the other here. It's like you've dealt with lack, you've dealt perhaps with poverty, you've dealt with, inner lack of direction. But now it's like you've got it all together and you're heading the right way. But you know where you want to go, which is lovely. So there's the Knight of Swords is coming in here. And the Knight of Swords often talks about someone coming in with a message. This is often a message around a truth or a clarity. So I'm not sure why that's coming in here. So I need to put another card on that. And I have the Transformation card. Okay. So it feels to me like you have been through this period of transformation. You're actually coming out the other side now. So I feel like some of this has already been done. Now you know where you're going and what you want to do. You're not scared or fearful about speaking your truth and being able to move forward. Look, have a look at this. So to me, this is like you have no fear of moving into the unknown now. So through going through this process, it's like you have this real clarity and this real direction now, and you're able to go in the right direction. But you've had to seek this clarity through transformation. So whether this is clarity about where you want to go in your life, your direction, what they're showing me is like opening the curtains. It's like you're bringing light onto things that you've not been able to see before. And this can mean that you can get quite confused now because perhaps in going through this process, you've opened yourself up to this world of options that you've never had your hands on before. So for you, you are bringing in your own clarity here. This Knight of Swords is like you've brought in your own way of seeing things. You've manifested this for yourself through heartbreak. You're able to see which way to go, how to do it, how to cut through illusion, delusion, and how to move forward in order to attain what you want to attain. But you know what's beautiful? You've never given up hope. You've never been steered from the pathway. You've never given up. You've just really forged through this with your sword here, this Knight of Swords. This is you coming through everything, cutting through the crap, understanding, and ready to move forward on your journey. It's a very deep one, Cancer. Oh, there it is. Compassion. So the card you've got out here is the card of compassion. So this is the Les Vampire. The Les Vampire deck. And you've got the card of compassion here. It's card 14. Okay, so the card says this is an opportunity to change your mind about who has compassion within their heart and who is a caring being. For the great nurturing tenderness and yearning to ease the misery in the world through being kind to you at this time will come through an unexpected source. And there is great goodness in their act, although you may never have thought of them as one or the kind who cares. So this is the card. I feel that this compassion card, it's sort of like it's talking about you here. Like you are now able to be more compassionate about how you do things, where you go. It's like you've had this huge understanding. And the compassion card feels to me like it's you that's learnt compassion. I have no idea what that means for you, Cancer. But it's like you've really opened up your eyes and your heart, and it's opened up your world for you. But you knew that you were on this journey and you've just worked your way through it as you should. Fantastic work. Don't forget to tell me what that's all about. Thanks, Cancer.